Hello pattern lovers, it's Tora here. Welcome to another exciting video. Today we are going to be learning how to make this bead branch, this DIY bead branch. As you can see how pretty that looks. We're going to be learning each and every single step, and to get started we're going to be needing our twine. Some people call it scientific wire. I just choose to call it twine, and we're going to be making use of the 0.5 mm. It must be 0.5 because I feel like 0.5 is easier to work with. The last time I tried to work with 10 mm, it was so hard. We're going to be needing our bead and our cutter. To get started, I'm going to be measuring the number of inches of the twine I would be needing. Now you could go ahead to measure any length at all. You could make use of 10, 20, 30, 40, however long or however long actually you want your bead branch to be. So I'm going ahead to measure out 30 inches of my twine, and then I'll be cutting that out with my cutter. So I'm just going to go ahead to straighten that out just to make sure that my twine is straight and there are no curves. Then I'm going to be folding that equally to get the midpoint of my twine. Make sure it's very much equal. So I've gotten the midpoint of my twine, and then I'm going to pick up my bead and I'm just going to start working. You could make use of any shape of bead. You could do any design you want. Look at this. I started with 3 beads, but then that is when you've actually mastered the craft. So I'm going to go in with my first bead, and then I'll make sure it's at my midpoint. You can see how I did that. Make sure it's at the midpoint and make sure it's not moving. So I'm going to be holding that with my hand. You can see how I place my finger in between the twine just like that, and then I'm going to be holding the bead and I'm going to start twisting. You could actually count this. In this video I did up to 15 twists. You could do as much twist as you want just for the start of the bead branch. The next thing, I'm going to be putting another bead. I'm going to be making sure that is straight so that would not have any curves or folds on our twine. And then I'm just going to be measuring how much I want my next branch to be, my next stem or branch to be. You could make it as long as you want, and you're just going to find the midpoint also of that branch you want to do and twist till you get to the end of that particular branch you have cut out. Next, I'm going to just twist, because we can't make another branch just immediately. I am going to be making 10 twists each in between each branch. You have to count. Counting is important so that your work looks equal and neat, you guys. Then I'm going to just be checking that my twine is still straight, and then I'm going to be making the next branch. You can see how I'm doing it left, right, one this side, one in the opposite side. And then at this point you could go ahead to play around with your beads. You could add 2 colors of one, and then you could add 2 shapes of one, and then you also saw how I did that. I went ahead to fold and found the midpoint, and then I twisted. Next, I'm also going to make another 10 twists just to give it that uniform look. Now you can't do 10 twists at first and then come and do 8 twists in the next one. It won't look neat. Your work is going to not, like, it's going to be bended. It's going to bend. It's not even a word, bended. It's going to bend. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is to just check out which of the twine is longer, and I'm going to be folding that on the next side, one on this side, one on the other side, just simultaneously, just like that, and you keep going, and then you twist again. Make sure your twists are neat and very slim. If you watch our intro video, you would see how our twist turned out tight and slim. If your twist is having bulges or it's poking out on one side, then you have done something wrong. And also notice how I separated the legs of my twine, and I'm folding, making those twists from in between, and I am holding it. Please take note of my hand movement and how I place my twine. I'm going in with another bead, and I'm also folding. This all depends on how you want. You can see me adjusting just to show you. If you want to create the shape of a Christmas tree, if you want one to be little and the other one to be longer, then you can do that. It's all about mastering the craft and making sure that your work is equal and neat. Notice how I am doing my twist, my finger in between with the legs of the twine separated. So you just twist and count, still count. I'm making 10 twists in between each branch, in between each stem, whatever you choose to call it, you guys. Then this means still going ahead, twisting, and as you can see, our bead branch is already forming, is already taking shape, and is already looking pretty. Now you could actually work with any color of twine. I have seen the black color, you can see the gold color on the table with the ones I've made already, and I'm currently making use of the silver color. It all depends on the color of bead you're working with, the color of fabric you're working with. Oh yes, you could actually make this and use it to design your fabric. You could browse pictures on bead branch placed on fabrics, and then you could see how that was beautifully used to create designs on a fabric. Bead branches can actually be used for so many things. You could just go to your Pinterest app or visit our Pinterest app on Face Fashionality and see the different ways by which this bead branch can actually be used. You could use it for a fascinator, you could use it for a flower, as a flower vase. You could just make lots of it, and then you could be creative with it. Now to end it up, I can actually go ahead and place one more bead, but as you can see, the other leg of my twine is already short. That means I can't place any other bead, so I'm just going to go ahead and just twist it because that is going to be the end of our branch. But some people can actually go ahead to add one more bead if you know you're not going to be joining that up to another branch. Look at what I did there. If you know you're going to be, it's just going to be a single branch, you're not going to be joining it like this ones, you could just go ahead and add one more bead and make that complete. But I want to show you guys how to join this branch to other branches, so I'm just going to close that up. I can actually fold this up or just leave it that way. And that is all. Basically, you can see how pretty that looks already. So to join this to the other branch, I'm just going to find a very slim point and pass it through. You could slow the video down right here to see how I do this, and I'm just going to keep on making fine twists. I'm just going to be wrapping it all around the already existing branch of my bead branch. You can see how I'm doing that. I'm just going to be wrapping that neatly, and I'm making sure it's tight so that it doesn't bulge out and then makes our work look very, very shabby. So I'm just going to be twisting that slowly and neatly and also tightly. You guys, this is a very, very detailed work. So I'm just twisting that, and then I'm just going to make sure it laps very well so that it looks neat. And as you can see, if you don't look closely, you won't even know that there is another branch right there. And that is all for this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Oh, this is the one I made earlier. This is for, I just used basically white beads and I mixed that up. I used square beads, I used pearls, and look at this, I used tiny beads to make this one up. And that's all for this video, guys. If you have any questions, please don't forget to leave that in the comment section, and also go ahead to subscribe to our channel and like and share. Thank you guys for watching. See you in another video. Bye.